We gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion. We gave you military equipment.
The world of espionage is shrouded in secrecy. Few stories capture the imagination quite like the allegations surrounding former U.S. President Donald Trump and his alleged ties to the KGB. This narrative takes us back to the heart of the Cold War, a time of geopolitical tension and clandestine operations. Former KGB officers have come forward with a stunning claim. Donald Trump was recruited as an asset by the Soviet intelligence agency in 1987. This accusation, if true, would have profound implications, painting Trump's political career in a completely different light. The story, however, is far from simple, fraught with intrigue, conflicting accounts, and a lack of concrete evidence. The stakes are incredibly high, as such a connection could potentially expose national security vulnerabilities and undermine the very foundations of American democracy. The individuals making these claims are not random figures but former high-ranking members of the KGB, individuals who were deeply embedded in the world of Soviet espionage. Their testimonies carry weight, but their allegations must be carefully scrutinized, as the world demands evidence to support such explosive claims. One of the most vocal figures in this narrative is Alnur Musayev, the former head of Kazakhstan's intelligence service. Musayev claims to have first-hand knowledge of Trump's alleged recruitment, suggesting that the KGB saw in Trump a potential asset, someone they could cultivate over time. According to Musayev, Trump's KGB file, containing potentially explosive information, remains hidden, held by a close associate of Vladimir Putin outside the reach of the FSB, Russia's current intelligence agency. This claim, if true, adds another layer of intrigue to the story, suggesting a deliberate attempt to conceal evidence that could prove damaging to both Trump and the current Russian government. The year 1987 serves as a pivotal point in this unfolding narrative. It was during this year that Donald Trump, then a burgeoning real estate mogul, embarked on his first trip to Moscow. This visit, ostensibly for business exploration, has come under intense scrutiny as the alleged time frame for his recruitment by the KGB. According to former intelligence officials, the trip was far from coincidental, with Soviet officials orchestrating Trump's itinerary and carefully managing his interactions. Every meeting, every handshake was potentially part of a larger plan to assess and ultimately compromise the future U.S. president. Trump's 1987 Moscow trip, once viewed as a mere footnote in his biography, has transformed into a central chapter in the unfolding saga of his alleged KGB ties. The narrative takes on an almost cinematic quality as we delve into the details of Trump's movements, his meetings, and the individuals he encountered during those fateful few days in Moscow. Was this trip merely a business venture, as Trump has claimed? Or was it a carefully orchestrated operation by the KGB to ensnare a valuable asset? The answer to this question remains elusive, shrouded in a web of speculation and conflicting accounts. Adding to the intrigue are reports suggesting that Trump's then-wife, Ivana Trump, was under surveillance by both Czech and KGB intelligence agencies. This revelation suggests that Trump's Moscow trip was not simply a casual visit, but rather a calculated move by the Soviets, who had already begun compiling a comprehensive profile on the ambitious American businessman. The surveillance on Ivana Trump raises questions about the extent to which the KGB was willing to go to gather information on Trump and his inner circle. Was Ivana simply caught in the crosshairs, or was she a target in her own right? The alleged motives behind Trump's hypothetical recruitment form a crucial piece of this puzzle. Why would the KGB target a brash American businessman? What did they hope to gain? The answer, according to former intelligence officials, lies in Trump's personality and his potential for exploitation. Trump's well-documented ego, his love of praise and flattery, could have been easily manipulated by skilled KGB handlers. They could have fed his ego, stroked his ambition, and slowly but surely molded him into an asset who, consciously or unconsciously, would advance their interests. Furthermore, Trump's business dealings, often shrouded in secrecy and questionable practices, would have provided the KGB with ample leverage. The possibility of financial compromising information that could be used for blackmail would have been a powerful tool in the KGB's arsenal. They could have used this leverage to influence Trump's decisions, steering him towards actions that benefited the Soviet Union. The lack of transparency in Trump's business dealings makes it incredibly difficult to ascertain the veracity of these claims. However, the mere possibility of financial entanglements with Russian entities has cast a long shadow over Trump's presidency. Trump's behavior towards Russia throughout his presidency has only intensified suspicions about his alleged KGB ties. His public praise of Vladimir Putin, his reluctance to criticize Russian aggression, and his efforts to undermine NATO have all raised eyebrows and fueled speculation about his true allegiances. His actions, often at odds with the advice of his own intelligence community, have been interpreted by some as evidence of his willingness to appease the Kremlin. Trump's defenders argue that his approach to Russia was rooted in a desire to improve relations between the two countries, not in any hidden loyalty to the former KGB. Adding another layer of complexity to this narrative are Trump's interactions with global leaders, particularly those from former Soviet republics. His approach to Ukraine, a country that has been locked in a bitter conflict with Russia, has been particularly scrutinized. Trump's decision to withhold military aid to Ukraine while pressuring the Ukrainian president to investigate his political rivals raised serious concerns about his willingness to prioritize personal gain over national security interests. This episode, which ultimately led to Trump's first impeachment, further fueled speculation about his alleged ties to Russia and his susceptibility to pressure from the Kremlin.
Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, and share. How does it matter?